Hey friends, aka the Odd Squad, aka people I hope are not gonna judge my hair right now. It's time for another tangent that nobody asked for, which is what I'm gonna be renaming my tea time tangents with Amy, just because whenever I made those videos I never drank any tea. So basically that is just us sitting down very casually and just having a very relaxed chit chat about whatever's been going on in my life and in my head recently. These typically tend to be a little bit all over the place because there's absolutely no script and I don't have much of a filter between my brain and my mouth. So welcome, grab yourselves a drink. I have got a water today, although I do wish it was wine. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize up front for the noise I'm sure we will be hearing from my neighbor's construction site. We're 6 months into that and just keeps going. So there are two main things that I've just been feeling like I want to communicate to you guys, and this just seems the best way to do it, just like with a casual chit chat. The first of which is where the heck I have been for what feels like an eternity, and the second is the whole situation with VIVAIA. I put a YouTube short up about it a couple of days ago, and as is with YouTube shorts, it was very short, so it didn't give a lot of information, and I wanted to talk about it with you guys completely transparently. So hey, it's really nice to see you, even though technically I can't. Technically you are just a camera lens right now. It has been quite a while since I uploaded a video, and it has been even longer since I've been uploading like quite consistently, and there are a few different reasons for that. First off, I ended up going to Italy, and I say that like it's a surprise even though I booked it last year, but it kind of was, because I was just so busy with a bunch of different projects and like work stress and moving to Vietnam and all this stuff going on that I kind of stuffed Italy to the back of my mind, and then I was like, oh wait, hey, I'm going to Italy tomorrow. So that obviously threw my uploading schedule off because I didn't have time between realizing I was going to Italy and actually going to Italy to pre-film any videos. But also, I think I've just been burned out. I mean, if the fact that I forgot that I was going to Italy isn't proof that I've been having a little bit of a mental overload recently, then I don't know what is. And I want to make it abundantly clear right now that I am in excellent mental health. This isn't a mental health issue. This is just a workload issue. I'm like average level stressed. I'm not dealing with my panic attacks and my overbearing anxiety and all of that kind of thing. This is just taking on more than I could probably handle, and now feeling a little bit drained as a result. My book is really almost finished. It's with the editor right now, so I've got one more redraft of that to do. I also have been doing my This Time Next Year challenge and running a Patreon for that, and trying to do 2 YouTube videos a month, and I signed a contract to make freelance content for the BBC and their social medias, which is incredible but also kind of stressful. And I'm trying to stay on top of TikTok and Instagram and all those other things that we need to do if we want to be online content creators. And I'm moving to Vietnam, so it's kind of been a lot. And like I said, I haven't been feeling overwhelmed with anxiety or anything. I've been like average level stressed, which I guess still isn't great. But I think maybe my creative juices have dried up a little bit and my energy is kind of waning, which makes perfect sense. Like, I've been pushing myself, I've been doing a lot of things, and you can only do that for so long before you just get really, really tired. So with that said, I've made the decision that I think is going to be best for me and for this channel, that I'm going to go down to making just 1 video a week again, which is going to be on a Friday. If some weeks I have the time and energy and creativity to make a second video, then heck yes, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to upload it for you on a Tuesday. But I think having that expectation for 2 videos kind of taken off my shoulders is gonna give me a little bit more breathing room in my brain. So I'm gonna be doing that for now until I move to Vietnam, and then when I get there I'll reassess. I'm gonna be working a lot more hours when I get there too, so we'll see how it goes. But I hope you guys understand that for now, 1 good video a week is going to be better than me stressing out and trying to squeeze out 2 videos when I don't really have the time or brain capacity at the moment. And I think this is good. I think this has been a real momentous moment in my life. Maybe that's a little bit overly dramatic, but I'm a perfectionist. Like, I am someone who always strives to do the most, the best. And I hate scaling back on things because it makes me feel like I've failed. Like, if I need to take a step back from something or if I take a break, it bothers me because I feel like I failed. So the fact that I've been able to recognize that I need to cut back a little bit in one area to make my whole life a little bit easier, and I'm okay with that, that's growth. That is me becoming a more balanced and reasonable human. So that's great. I talked about this a little bit on TikTok recently, actually, this whole idea of balance, and you probably remember me giving this plate spinning analogy like a million times of how I always feel like I get my plates up and spinning, but then one of them falls and then they all start to go and I'm back to square one, and I could never quite understand how to keep them all spinning, and it was driving me crazy because I felt like I was looking around and seeing people who just seemed to have it all, and I was like, why can I not fit all of these things into my life? Why do I always feel like I'm scrambling around? And recently I've realized it's because I was looking at balance in completely the wrong way. I was trying to balance out all the different areas of my life every single day. So things like physical health, mental health, relationships, work, finances, creativity, like all these things. I was trying to squeeze all of those things into every day and balance them out every day. And I've since realized that that is not realistic, and that actually we need to look at it as more of a long-term goal. That some weeks I will focus a little bit more on work because I have deadlines and projects that are really important, and on those weeks maybe I'll go to the gym less. And that's okay, because then when work becomes a little bit more steady and I've got less to worry about there, I can ramp up the exercise. And so instead of trying to balance everything and cram everything into every day, just trying to realize that we're playing the long game here. And as long as I get a little bit of everything in over the course of, you know, weeks and months, that's still balance. Oh my gosh, my battery's about to die. Hang on, BRB. Okay, we're back. And now seems like as good a time as any to move into the second part of the video, where I want to talk about that YouTube shorts that I put up about VIVAIA the other day. If you're here for the juicy gossip, then this is going to be extremely disappointing for you, so I apologize for that. But there is no juicy gossip. The reason I didn't go into like the ins and outs of everything that happened is because firstly, YouTube shorts can only be 60 seconds long, and I don't know if YouTube are planning on extending that, because let's be real, I can't tell any kind of story in 60 seconds or under. But also, it's just not interesting. Like, there was no big drama, there wasn't like some kind of sordid event. It's just boring. You know, my intention with uploading that was not to like cause any drama or like stir anything up or like throw any shade. It was just me being honest. So let's just continue in that vein, and I will lay it all out for you exactly as it is. It might have been the end of March, or it might have been in April. I genuinely just don't remember. But going back a little while, I had agreed to do another like sponsored collaboration with VIVAIA because I've always had good experiences with them. I freaking love their products. And I said that in the YouTube shorts too. I love their products. I think they're great. I use them pretty much every day. I've been wearing them around all day today. I've got literally nothing bad to say about the products. And honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about the brand either. That's why I didn't say anything bad about them. That's why I wasn't bad-mouthing them, because I don't have anything bad to say. I just had a bit of an odd experience. And okay, think of it this way. Have you ever like gone to a restaurant and had a really incredible meal, so then you go and you say to your friend, hey, you have to go try this restaurant, it's so great, but then when they go there, the food kind of sucks, and then they come back to you and they're like, why would you recommend that restaurant to me? Now imagine instead of recommending it to a friend, you're recommending it to over 10,000 friends. It's pressure. Like, the reason that I don't take on many sponsorships or affiliate like partnerships or anything like that is just because I never want to recommend something to you guys that I'm not 150% on board with. Like, I get anywhere from 1 to 5 sponsorship requests in my inbox every single day, and over the last year I think I've accepted 4. Oh my gosh, the drilling is driving me crazy. Can you hear that? Boo! Feels like it's drilling around in my brain at this point. So anyway, yes, I am particularly sensitive and ultra aware when it comes to any brand partnerships that I do or anything that I recommend to you guys, even if it's not like a sponsorship, even if it's just makeup that I recommend to you, you know, like I feel very strongly that I never want to recommend something and then you have a bad experience. So that's kind of where my headspace is with all of this. So I agreed to do that most recent collaboration with VIVAIA. Everything went as per usual. They sent me the products over, I did the review, I freaking loved them. I have the shoes in my wardrobe and I've been wearing them regularly because they're so comfortable and I do genuinely think they're great. But then I sent the video footage over to them and I just never got a response at all. And that was odd because they've always been very reliable. I've always found their customer service to be very good. And so to have a big delay like that just seemed out of the ordinary. But I waited a few days, I like sent a follow-up email and still got nothing. I ended up sending, I think, 10 different emails to various contacts that I had and email addresses that I got offline, and nobody got back to me. At no point did I think this was anything like nefarious, right? I didn't think they were trying to scam me. I didn't think like anything untoward was going on, because this is just not the vibe I get from them. Like, I've worked with quite a few people in the company over the last few years. They've all been really nice and they seem very genuine and like upfront, so I wasn't concerned about anything like sketchy going on. But it did make me wonder if maybe they were having some kind of issue internally. I was thinking along the lines of maybe they're undergoing new management, maybe they have a staff shortage, maybe they're having an issue with their computer systems. Nothing intentionally like sneaky or manipulative or bad, just sucky. And as it got to almost a full month without hearing anything back from them, I just thought, this is so out of character from everything I've experienced before and so odd that it's making me think that something must be wrong. Whether it's a change in management or computer system issues, whatever, I just had a feeling that something was up. And like I said in that YouTube short, I had a feeling it was something temporary. I didn't think it was like a big cataclysmic issue, but something that they were maybe working through on the short term and would come out the other side of, and then things would go back to normal. And as much as I really didn't think there was like a big major deal going on, and I really did think it was something that they were going to work through and solve, I still felt like I was responsible to let you guys know. Like, imagine I've gone this whole month without receiving any correspondence from them at all, and then one of you guys goes and places a big order based on my recommendation, and then you can't get hold of customer service, and then you're going to be like, well, Amy recommended this to me, how did she not let me know that the customer service was down or that she wasn't getting responses? Like, I would feel really bad about that. And maybe it is kind of melodramatic to fill you guys in on something that it's not a major deal. There is no drama. Maybe it seems like I'm being dramatic about it, but hello, welcome, that is me. I make mountains out of molehills, and welcome to my life. Since I put up that YouTube short, I have been in touch with a few people from VIVAIA who have reached out to try and understand what went wrong and to give me some reassurance. So just like I suspected, there just has been a temporary glitch in their working system. I think based on what I've been told, there's been like an influx of new staff, and maybe the new staff training has been different from the old staff training, and so there's been kind of a lack of communication or a disconnect there. I've also been told that they're going to be bringing in more of an automated system towards the end of June, I believe, to just speed things up and make things more manageable and easier for the customers and also for the staff. Anytime you have a business that expands really quickly, like at the rate that VIVAIA has expanded and grown, that is difficult to keep on top of. And especially for the staff, like that level of growth and work it's stressful and it's hard. I feel so much freaking better now that I know exactly what is going on there, and that I've had it explained to me that it's just a case of having a lot of new staff and having to get everyone on board and working the same way. I totally understand that. I've experienced that in my professional life, as I'm sure we all have at one point or another. But it did scare me. It scared me purely because I'm recommending it to you, and I never want to let you guys down. So at the slightest like inclination that something is a little bit off, I'm gonna freaking lose my mind and start to get melodramatic about it and scared, because I love you guys and I never want to steer you wrong. So if you have placed an order through VIVAIA based on my recommendation recently, don't freak out. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. There might be a short delay because of the issue with staffing, but they're resolving it. They're working hard to get it back under control, and that gives me the confidence to continue to recommend them to you guys. Will I continue to wear my VIVAIA shoes? Absolutely 100% yes. I love them. Will I work with VIVAIA again in the future? That's kind of up in the air, because I don't know whether they would want to work with me again, but if they did, then yeah. At the end of the day, I love the products, I love the ethos, just like I said in that other video. I just worried for you guys, that's all. I could see that something was a little bit off, and I gotta put my Odd Squad first above everything else. But I am really glad to know that this little hiccup that they've had in their internal system, setup, business stuff, they're working through it, they're managing it. I'm glad. I want that brand to succeed. I like the brand. All's well that ends well, as they say. How long have I been talking? Like forever? It kind of feels that way. So I guess I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for listening to all my ramblings and tangents that nobody asked for. Remember please that you are enough just as you are. Thank you so much for being here today. I love you so much, and I will see you all soon. Bye guys.